Lots of news just in, and Prince Andrew has been served with a lawsuit by Jeffrey Epstein accuser Virginia Roberts-Giuffre.
Yeah, for more, let's bring in royal commentator Camilla Tominey in London. Good morning, Camilla. Thank you for joining us. So what is the senior royal accused of?
Well, it's very serious accusations that Mrs. Roberts-Giuffre has accused him of. First of all, rape in the first degree, sexual abuse and sexual battery. And this relates back to the period where he was friends with Jeffrey Epstein. Mrs. Giuffre claims that they had sex on 3 occasions when she was just 17.
Yeah, we're hearing reports that lawyers have made multiple attempts to serve him with legal papers at his home in Windsor last month. Are you hearing that as well?
Well, the timing of all this is quite interesting, Richard, because there'd been some reports earlier in the week that the Duke had escaped to Balmoral in order to avoid being served. Actually, these papers arrived at his house, Royal Lodge in Windsor, on August the 27th. Right. There was an attempt by an intermediary to give the papers over the day before, but they were blocked at the gate, and now it seems that they're in the hands of the Duke's lawyers.
Camilla, never complain, never explain. That's normally the royals' mantra. So can we expect a statement from Prince Andrew on this?
Well, maybe not directly from him, Sophie, but actually his lawyer does seem to be indicating a strategy here in order to try and set this off at the pass. And basically, I think that the legal team are going to be relying on the fact that Mrs. Roberts-Giuffre signed an agreement with Jeffrey Epstein when he was alive, effectively a kind of confidential settlement that might mean that she cannot bring these claims against the Duke. We understand that the legal team now are trying to get that document, which was signed in 2009, unlocked or unsealed.
Wow. We get the sense that the Duke has been sort of ducking and weaving a little bit here, and but court documents now show that a response is due by the 17th of September, which is not far away. How do you see this playing out?
Well, I think as far as the Duke's reputation is concerned, enormous damage has already been done, but the strategy on his behalf is for them to clear his name and clear the air and somehow rehabilitate his image. They will be heavily reliant, actually, on a different case that Mrs. Roberts-Giuffre brought against the lawyer Alan Dershowitz. That case has now been dismissed because of this apparent claim that she signed this confidentiality agreement with Epstein, which absolved her of any ability to accuse others. So if the Duke's team can rely on that, that could be progress for their side. But again, one has to ask oneself, because he's been found guilty of such an error of judgment in maintaining his friendship with Epstein, is there too much damage already being done?
Certainly messy for him. We appreciate your insight as always, Camilla. Thank you.
LBC News.
And I'm Rachel Gerrish. LBC News time. It is 23 minutes past 10 on this Friday evening, of course, September the 10th. So just hours to go until the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 terror attacks in America. We'll have more on that to come later in the programme. But for now, more on this breaking news tonight that lawyers for the woman suing the Duke of York over sexual assault allegations claim to have served legal papers on him at his home. The document issued by Virginia Giuffre's legal team say a civil lawsuit was handed to a police officer on duty at the main gates of the Royal Lodge at Windsor Great Park late last month. The document also says Prince Andrew, who does deny all the allegations, has just 21 days to answer the complaint. Royal commentator Phil Dampier has told LBC News this is a significant development tonight.
It seems that the papers have actually been accepted by Prince Andrew. It was suggested that he was in hiding at Royal Lodge and he was refusing to take these papers, and apparently the agent turned up one day and was told to go away, or was told that staff weren't prepared to accept them, and then the next day he came back and police had changed their minds and said, yes, we will take them. So therefore they've now been received. There doesn't seem to be much doubt about that. He's got 21 days to respond to this, and we'll see what happens. But it's a fast-moving story. I'm not an expert on US law, but this does take it further forward by quite a bit, I would imagine.
Royal commentator Phil Dampier bringing us up to date.
Bray, who's accused the Prince of sexual abuse 2 decades ago. Her lawyers say the papers were served late last month, left with a police officer at Windsor's Royal Lodge. Ms. Giuffre, an accuser of Jeffrey Epstein, has launched a